Hey guys, Airsoft Al here, and another one about books. Yeah, about books. So here's the thing. I've been reading a lot of Isekai recently because I'm not talking about books, I'm talking about manga. And the one genre that I've actually looked for and found actually very little about is the revenge plot. And one that actually comes to mind is it's always the fucking same, or at least the setup is the same. The hero is betrayed, he goes on a revenge quest, yada yada yada. We know the same story beats, but the one isekai I actually do kind of found interesting was one where a government knows about isekai. There are two ones. There's an anime and a manga where an adventurer literally becomes the hero, does all this stuff, and then comes back to an academy of sorts, a government-sponsored academy that actually knows about isekai and actually somehow... it was hard to understand, it really was, where they intercept summons, apparently, or something along that nature. But the other one, which was really interesting, was a government actually went to war in a fantasy world, and now they're sending people, and a corporation is now sending people in exchange for favors, money, what have you, and the hero is trying to basically do the corporation's bidding to more or less kind of save his sister. This got me thinking, because there isn't a lot of interesting isekais where a government is able to intercept a summons or able to send their own people. Or even a corporation knows about this. I mean, it's actually kind of cool if you think about it. The idea that a government agency knows about this and is able to send its own people in is just an idea that can be utilized perfectly. And I've even had this idea where, I mean, this is just a pitch, mind you, but it's something that's actually kind of an interesting idea about, good example. Rising of the Shield Hero. Take that idea where the four heroes are summoned, except one of the heroes isn't the ones they think they summoned. The hero instead is an agent for this government, is an agent with this government-sponsored agency that intercepted the summons and sent in their own agent with a weapon, or at least the ability to materialize weapons through some sort of technology. Now, take that concept and put him in the situation where his government basically gives him on-site authority to execute however he sees fit to basically further the government goal, be it to sort of spread freedom and democracy, securing resources, something along that nature. But put him in the situation where, he has on-site authority to basically execute however he wishes to see. So put him in the situation where, of course, one of the heroes is basically automatically targeted because some stupid bullshit legend or what have you. At which point that agent can basically start laughing, clapping his hands, basically saying, "Oh, that's adorable." I can't tell you how many times I've seen this kind of same setup before. And then executes his authority, announcing that he is from the government of either Japan or America or, whatever the government you want to go with. At which point, he basically does what he does best. Executes his on-site authority to further the government goals or protect an asset that he believes can help further his government's goal or his objective. And kill the son of a bitch. Or at least kill the king and the bitch, of course. And literally tell the other heroes, look, I'm with the government, so you can either do your patriotic duty and do as your government requires you to do, or suffer the same fate as them. That right there is kind of a cool idea. Another one is a rebellion. Kind of basically sending a government agent to this fantasy world where, they go in and they have to see whether or not they have to evaluate this country, essentially. Be a spy of sorts. Some CIA little shit, just going into a South American country or a third world government that's ran by a communist government, basically starts a rebellion and then, replaces the government with a puppet government of, his government sponsoring. Again, the idea itself is actually really cool, and I'm not gonna lie, that would actually be a really cool idea. Something about that just is appealing it just really is appealing. The idea is so good, but I am so saddened to see that not a lot of people are executing this idea. I mean, yeah, there are some Wattpad stories following this idea, like a millionaire going to another world and starting his own country, or someone has their own advanced technology and they start a country, or, I go to another world, so I found a nation. These ideas alone are great, in my opinion, and should be followed up on. I mean, that's just my thought, though, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, hell, Gunpowder Terra is one where two gun nuts actually go to a fantasy world and they start building the Wehrmacht, and they use the North Virginia, and they actually use the CSA flag. Not the North Virginia battle flag, the actual CSA flag, and even start singing Dixie and things like that. They actually start creating guns and start building their own nation, when a nation is basically being occupied by elves, essentially, where the elves are the dominant race, and humanity is basically enslaved or occupied, you know. That sort of Cold War counterintelligence CIA Black Ops operation stuff. That is more intriguing than your basic harem protagonist or your basic revenge protagonist. I mean, don't get me wrong, the stories are entertaining, but they're not really engaging, in my opinion. But, again, that's just my opinion and my thoughts on the whole thing, and why I believe more stories like that should be explored, and more stories like that should be sought after. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section, and let me know in the comments section how you think that sort of setup would do for the Isekai genre, or what you think other, like, elements for the Isekai genre being inserted in could actually help expand the Isekai genre. Because in my opinion, while yes, we are seeing a boon in the reincarnated and Isekai genre, and we're sort of in that, in my opinion, the Renaissance era right now, I believe that there can be more done to it, there can be more added to it. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and, yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, I will see you all in the next video, and please leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Let me know what you guys think. Till next time.